Okay, we're going to start by disassembling the center stack here, and we'll begin that now. First thing to do is turn the car on, but don't start it. Put the car in park, set the park brake, then release. And cover to protect your front end. And then shut the car off again. Now you can do this with the battery disabled, but you don't have to. Okay, so that comes off. You see the squares there, here, 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 and they come down along the side, here, here, and at the bottom. They pop off. Then you remove screws that are down here at the bottom, down here, down here. There's one there. There is one there, and there is one back here and back here. Here are the connections on the back of the unit. You have GPS, you have 4G Wi-Fi, you have radio. These are USB ports, and this is the power connector. And this is a cable that connects here that allows you to add a SIM card. This is the GPS antenna, and you will peel this paper off, push it up under the dashboard, and stick it up. Reception will be fine. This is the wireless 4G antenna. Again, you just peel off this paper and push it back up under the dash, and the reception will be fine. This is the radio antenna that plugs in here, and this connects to the antenna coming out of your CD player. This is the power cable that will connect right here. It snaps right in. This gray connector connects to the back of your CD player. This connects to the steering wheel, right here, just like that. This is the CAN bus box, and this is the stereo box. The stereo box plugs in here. Try and do this one-handed, like so. And then the most bus will connect there. And this white connector here will connect the CAN bus. Sorry, got to do this one-handed, like so. These wires, this connector connects to this buzzer. It's an alarm for your Android device. So again, you just peel this or put it in the back somewhere. You don't need it. Well, you want it, but you don't have to have it. These are the USB connectors. They plug in. One is a 4-pin connector, and the other is a 6-pin connector, and they go in here respectively. The 6-pin goes in there, and the 4-pin goes in here. And I don't want to stick these in the car. I already have mine in the car, and excuse me, it goes in this way. Oh, had it right the first time. So those snap into place. Very easy to do. And then the final is the SIM card, which snaps in to place there. Now these are already installed in my car, so what I'll be doing is, I'm not going to use these, but I would suggest that you first take these USB and fish them down through the bottom of your console so you can access them from outside your center console. And you would do the same with this if you intend to use a SIM card for your own network just for this unit. You certainly could do that. But you have to fish it down through the bottom, and I'll show you what I mean when I get to that. On these additional wires, there is key 1 and key 2. Ignore them, they are not used. These are speaker wires if you have a base speaker system and not a premium. And I'm sorry, but they're not labeled. You have to test them against each speaker wire to connect them to the right one. All right, now what we're going to try to do here is we're going to take this apart. There are 2 bypass loops that you're going to use, and I'll show you where to plug those in first. So we're going to pull this out, and the first thing you're going to see, this is my retrofitted backup camera. If you didn't retrofit the backup camera, you won't have that. This is power to the touch screen. You just simply pinch and disconnect it, and you will not use it in the new setup. This is GVIF, gigabyte video interface. That is what goes to your navigation system. Also will not be used, so you can just tape these up and forget about them. This is the most bus connection to the touchscreen display, and that you will put one of these female loops on, and they just simply snap together, and you're looping the most bypass. This most ring you will use as well as this on removed from the ICM. Then in the back here at the bottom we have the CD antenna. This is your radio antenna that you'll be connecting the radio to. This is the main plug, and very stubborn to get out. And then this is the second most bus connector that you will simply connect a bypass loop to and be done with it. Then you just tuck those loops away. And then lastly, at the bottom down here is a control panel, and this is what you will connect your flashers to, or hazard signal if you will, and your airbag, passenger airbag light. Stop. As I said, I already have mine connected in place here. So this is the sounder cable. Goes to the buzzer that's taped back here, and it will be an alarm. Let's see if you can see it down there. And then I have this particular wire here is one of the USB ports, and it comes out down here at the bottom. I have another USB cable that I fish through down here, and it comes out the other side of the control of the side console. And then there is the SIM card. Yours is orange, this one's black, doesn't matter. I don't use it, so mine's just tucked away. But we have all the connections we need right here. It looks like a little bit of a tangled mess, but it's not bad at all. Now we'll do this pretty quickly here on out. Okay, like I said, if you're going to use the SIM card, SIM cable, you want to plug that in. You just go ahead and plug it in right here. Everything clicks into place. That's the SIM card. The USB cable, there is a 6-pin and a 4-pin. The 6-pin plugs in here. And my 4-pin plugs in here. And I pulled the wire on that, I think. Let's see. Then we've got the green cable coming out of the device. And we're going to plug it in to the green cable from the car. Match this up, snaps right in, easy peasy. Then we're going to take the most bus connector, plug that one into the open one you left, and then we plug that power cable in. This again operates the audio device. And then we have this connection, which goes to, there we go. This is the buzzer, and it connects like that, pretty easy. These are the speaker wires. Again, your CAN bus is already connected. And the final is the power plug right here. And it matches up this way and plugs in. Oh, maybe I got it backwards. Yeah, I had it backwards. Okay, so these are your power wires. So again, I have the, that's all the wiring that is needed, except again, the 4G cable, and I have them, I'm sorry, I just don't know where, but again, they're taped up here. And your 4G wireless goes in here, your GPS goes in here, and your radio antenna, which is this piece here, will plug in up here. Stop. Should be down here looking at this. Okay, so this is the camera, plugs in there. And if you install a rear camera in your car, and in the case of the 07, of course, it would be an aftermarket, it just simply plugs in here and is automatic when it's in reverse. So let's try and recap here. If you have premium stereo, your auxiliary right and left are going to go into, I believe it's the auxiliary ends, right and left. And that's only if you have premium stereo. If you do not have premium stereo, then you have to use these wires to connect to the speaker wires in the back here. And you can use clips. You shouldn't cut anything. You should just use something that connects the wire together and clips on. So that's the sound. Again, this comes from the black box above the CD player. That's what plugs into this This is detects and reproduces the sound. This, of course, is power. This is the CAN bus that'll operate your temperature controls in your car. Again, this is to connect the premium audio. This green to green is pretty easy. I showed you what to loop out of the project. This is the CD antenna, and it plugs into the radio antenna here. You see down here you have the GPS, and that again goes up under the dash and just sticks up, as does the Wi-Fi antenna. And you have your two USB cables. This is, by the way, steering wheel controls for the cam box that shows in the cam box. So lastly, there is this little plug at the bottom. And this little plug is important in that you have your faceplate that goes on here, and it will come with a piece of white plastic that has to be bent off. And what you want to do is you want to line up the black wire with the black wire. That's really all you have to do. And then once you line that up, you can see the flashers are working, showing the dash, and the flashers go off. So that is basically it. One more thing, the microphone is terrible. The microphone for this is terrible. It sits on the side right there with these little wires, and what you have here is another microphone with the same wires. I would recommend, I'm just putting this in here for you, and I would just recommend that you splice these wires or cut them, and either add really long wires so you're able to unplug this, or somebody else has used RCA plugs just to plug them in, so you can, if you ever have to disconnect this unit, it's easy to plug in. But if this microphone stays here, that's where the sound comes, and you will not be able to hear. Nobody will be able to hear you talk. So once you wire this microphone in like this, everything will be just fine. So let's go ahead and give it a go. All right, so here we are recording. I'm just turning the power on. There you go. This is the unit. I don't know why it's going to there, but there's the home page. And already there have been many instructions on how to navigate this. I don't really want to spend a lot of time doing that, but the car info is here. This is your trip A, trip B, and auto. And vehicle settings are here. You have these are self-explanatory as you go up and down the aisle here. And language, I am sure you would pick Francais. Okay, that is certainly back. This will take you back to home, or the home screen here. And then you can go to settings, and these are the various settings that are available to you. This is no different than Android here. This is no different than Android here. I don't think there's any apps on here that are anything I didn't add, or rather did add. I've removed everything and restored it. There are some things here I really have no idea what they do. Mirror view on reverse imaging will actually flip the image in reverse. To me, that's dangerous. I don't know why anyone would do that. Auto start navigation is there. Sound mixing scale is here. Sound reduction when reversing. So when you put it in reverse, if you've got music blaring, it'll quiet down so you can hear. And the default boot volume, I would lower to 3. steering wheel settings. Again, they're already set, so you don't need to do that. But Navi app, this is an navigation app that you're going to use. If you're going to use CarPlay, or you're going to use Android Auto, or you can just directly load a navigation app downloaded from the Google Play Store. Again, this is just standard Android accessibility issue. And then this one always requires the same code, 3368. And that gets you into a little bit more information. The original car agreement, this gives you some features that are on the original car agreement. So they say, and hit the back arrow. The car model here will show you it's the XK with the 2013 CAN box, 2006 to 2013 CAN box. And if you selected the XF, you would get a different climate control, which I can show you, but it doesn't get you anything. It doesn't work. So this right here is the climate control for the car. The AC works when you press it, but no light comes on, and that is a known defect. All the other buttons work. Auto works. Spread the direction, spread the wealth, the fan control. You getting this, camera guy? The steering wheel control works. There's auto here, and there is an auto here, and I have no idea what this auto does. This is your steering wheel, your seat heaters. There is no seat coolers. That's recirculating, defrost, and rear screen. These lights do not work, but the functions do work. Get off of this. Okay, and I think this doesn't work unless the car is running, and I'm not going to turn it on. And of course, the temperature here is in Celsius. Now, if I selected the XF, and then we escape here, let's see what happens. I think I get a different screen. Well, it doesn't even change anything. So I'm going to go back. Oh, because it didn't keep it. There we go. Now, if I look up, this is the XF setup, and it won't function. Nothing will work. So you want to stick with the XK and the right CAN bus. And antenna normally on. Some of these I just don't know what to do with. There are things that I just don't use. Television is something you guys have over in Europe. I don't. So I don't know really what the purpose of that is. Oops, excuse me. I think we had one of the things that frustrates us here in America is the ability to select Fahrenheit versus centigrade in the temperature setting, and there it is. So if I have Fahrenheit on, it's set, but it does not work. Everything is displayed in Celsius, which of course you don't care about, you understand. So anyway, that's a quick little demo of that. CarLink is for linking to CarPlay to play some music, and I can't demo that because I'm using the camera to record. So, but it works flawlessly, and you can either plug it in directly through one of your USB cables, or you can do it wirelessly. It works either way. It works for Android Auto. Bluetooth, of course, is there, and it's disconnected, and should be, because I don't want it connected. The music player I don't like, and there's no music in here. That's why it's saying unsupported file. I don't care about it. You shouldn't either if you use CarPlay, but you can certainly load all the music that you want on there. of course, Google Chrome. Easy Connection is used to mirror the screen. The equalizer is just that. It equalizes the sound. You can move the sound around to driver or all to center it. You can also move it with your fingers. This is the sound frequency going in and out, etc. It lets you adjust the sound, and the sound is spectacular, I will say that. It looks like I did have Google Maps loaded here, but other than that, I don't have anything. Here's the Play Store. There's the radio. I'm in a garage. You're not going to get any reception in here. Touch Assistant just lets you recalibrate. The navigation is, again, not necessary. You've got it here, and you have to select an app to do it. So if I select it, you could use Google Maps, and then I think I'm done. And go back home, and if I set up maps, there we go. So anyway, that's the short and long of it. And let's see, what did I learn from this control? Oh, that was steering wheel control. We already talked about that. Excuse me. Video player, self-explanatory. Auxiliary, self-explanatory. So there you go. I don't know what CAN back AUG is. It's not an invalid file that was loaded to the music, unnecessary. So that's it.